You're listening to Hunting the Frontlines, part of the Praying and Slaying podcast network. This show is led by retired Army Sergeant Justin Wilson and dedicated to the men and women hunters who serve or have served in the U.S. military and chase game wherever they're stationed. From on-base hunts to wild ground just outside the wire, Hunting the Frontlines is your go-to resource for scouting new terrain, learning the ropes, and making the most of every opportunity at your next duty station. Now let's dive in.
All right, welcome back, everybody, to the Hunting the Frontlines podcast. I'm your host, Justin Wilson, and today's guest is Mr. Mike Unruh. Mike is an Army vet. He actually did one of the same jobs I did as a canine handler. Very big in the outdoors, definitely, I would honestly say more than an avid outdoorsman. Spends a lot of time deer hunting, turkey hunting, fishing. So I want to get him on and talk to us a little bit about one of the veterans groups he works with out in Missouri. Get him on talking about a lot of hunting for sure. And then also want to reach in to his bag of tricks and talk about his time in the military, especially with canine, you know, the things he did before canine and after canine. And we're going to get into the back to basics segment too a little bit and talk about some of his crazy stories from basic training. Excuse me. So sit back, relax, kick your feet up, put your headphones on, turn the volume up in your truck, wherever you're listening or watching from. Hope you enjoy the episode. If you got any feedback, hit me up, let me know. Enjoy it, and it's going to be a good one today, ladies and gentlemen. Enjoy.
What's up, brother?
How are you?
Oh, I'm hanging in there.
Yeah, that's about the only way to do it anymore.
No, I know, right? One day at a time.
Exactly. That's the one thing, man, I had to learn when I retired was instead of trying to plan out my whole life, just do it one day at a time.
Yeah.
Easiest way.
The Army planned 20 years out for me, so I take it day by day. So
exactly. That's the one thing, man. It was hard to adjust to, is going from such a structured environment to now it's like, what do I do with myself?
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning. I don't have to be at PT, or I don't have to go to formation. I don't have to do this. Like, what do I do? I don't know where to go right now.
Yeah. Whenever I go home to see my son and stuff, my family's like, what do you got planned? I was like, nothing. If people want to come see me, they come see me, but I don't have any plans.
I don't blame you, man. I don't blame you at all. So tell the listeners about yourself, because you had popped up in my feed a couple of times of people I may know. And I was like, okay, I mean, I hunt Missouri quite a bit. I was stationed in Missouri. I was like, how do I know this guy? Why would I know him?
Yeah.
So I'm not going to lie. I dug through your photos. I was like, wait a minute. We did the same job. Huh. Maybe I do know this guy. So it's kind of funny that you went on Aaron's podcast. And he got to you before I did.
Yeah. Yeah. Aaron's my buddy. He's a good dude, man.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. The old ginger.
I actually met Aaron through Tacticam. So
did you?
A Tacticam team rep. I've been with Tacticam since like 2017. And then I'm a dealer for him as well. So I know Aaron. I've seen him at a bunch of shows and communicated with him quite a bit, you know, in the last 10 years. So he's been pretty cool.
So we were with Tacticam at the same time, because I was there. I was there from 16 to 20.
Yeah.
I left in 20. So I'm sure our paths have crossed somewhere in that time frame. Had to have.
Yep.
Because I think I talked about everybody on that team then. So
yeah.
But yeah, tell us, number one, what made you want to join the military?
Okay. So like Justin says, my name is Mike Unruh. I run the Fallen Outdoors. I'm the national president. Just an avid outdoorsman. I graduated high school in May of 2001, right before, you know, all the craziness of 2001 took place.
Yep.
And in my lifetime, I guess you could say, man, I grew up watching cops, loved watching cops. Yeah, I was that kid that could sit on the couch and be all sweaty watching cops. Just adrenaline for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then my junior and senior year, I did school to career. So I went to school half a day. And then the other half of the day, I rode around the sheriff's department, the police department. I just knew that law enforcement was what I wanted to do. However, you know, at 17 years old, you can't do anything with law enforcement. You have to be 21, at least in the state of Kansas at the time. And so I was like, well, I guess I can go get my law enforcement experience in the military.
Yep.
So my junior year of high school, I I didn't even really talk to my parents too much about it. I just went to see a recruiter, and I was like, oh yeah, this sounds easy. I was in shape. You know, I played football, baseball, and wrestling. Um, and So I joined the military. My junior year, I did the delayed entry stuff, just testing out with my recruiter and things like that. And then, like 2 weeks after my senior year, I went to basic training here at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri, to become a military police officer. So I did basic training in AIT, became a military police officer here from Missouri, was stationed in Hawaii for a good 7.5 years ish. I loved Hawaii.
Wow.
Hawaii was fun. That monotony was broken up by a 15-month stint, 14 to 15-month stint in Iraq. So,
Yep.
doing divisional military police stuff, route recons, and all that good stuff, convoy escorts, PSD style stuff. And when I got back from Iraq, I was like, hey, this is all cool and stuff, but I want to do something like what we say in Missouri, more gooder. I want to do something more gooder. I decided to go play with dogs. Um, I was a um, all my friends called me the golden child, so I could get my way. Um, I was always doing competitions in the military. We always did real well. My team actually won the military police challenge, which is all military police teams from all across the world meet up at Fort Leonard Wood for a huge competition. So that kind of set me up for getting kind of what I wanted and stuff like that. So in 2005, I became a military working dog handler and did that for 5 years, worked narcotics extensively in Hawaii, narcotics and patrol, PCS to DC, where I did a lot of detection for secretaries and presidents, United Nations, doing specifically explosive detection. And then after 5 years, I was at my halfway time in the Army. I was at 10 years almost. And I was like, well, I want to do something else. So I became an Army criminal investigator. Came down here to Fort Leonard Wood again, home of the MP Corps. Did my 16 weeks of special agent training and became a CID agent. And spent some time in Afghanistan doing that stuff. Did a lot of protective services, was the PSO, the personal security officer for Secretary of the Army for a while. And then once he jumped ship and left office, I came down here to Fort Leonard Wood again and became an instructor, where I kind of spent my last 6 years in the Army teaching firearms and protective services style stuff. And that's why I'm still here in Missouri. We retired out of Fort Leonard Wood. I'm married. I have a son from a previous relationship who's graduating high school this year. It sounds crazy.
Wow.
He's my little stud. He's 18. And then I have 3 girls here, 12, 9, and 8. So
Household full of women.
telling you, man, even our dog couldn't stand it. We had a girl dog too, and she passed away. But
Oh man.
yeah, I got a house full of women. My
So
kind of
that's why you hunt so much. That makes sense now.
yeah. And my wife's real cool about it. When I'm gone, I come back and she's got a bag packed. She's like, "Well, you were gone for a couple of days. It's my turn to be gone for a couple of days." I was like, "I understand." So
Oh yeah.
we have that worked out, and it works pretty well for us. So
Oh yeah. Well, I did the canine thing myself. I didn't want to at the time because it's just like I mean, I grew up with dogs as a kid, but it's like I don't think I want to do that. You know,
yeah,
I was in Kosovo at the time, and I was working with the canine guys a little bit, and they're like, "Oh man, you'll love it. Just do it." So I put the paperwork in, got accepted. I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess I'm going now."
yeah,
Once I got into it, I loved it. Loved it. Like you did the narcotic thing for I think 2 years. Got my first explosive dog, and people always ask me, "What's canine like?" And the first thing that comes to mind is it's like the mafia.
yeah,
It's one of those things, man. It's hard. I mean, extremely hard to get out of it.
yeah,
So I ended up doing it for 12 years, and then it got to the point where I was just like, you know what? Same thing. I got to do something different.
yeah,
So I called up to HRC and talked to Adams at the time because I knew him from Alaska, and I was like, "Hey, man, I got to do something different.
yeah,
I got to do something different." You know, he was my kennel master in Germany too when I got back from my last deployment. And I was like, "Man, I can't do it anymore." He's like, "Well, you're gonna have to send me an email telling me to archive your identifier because Sergeant Major won't let me do it unless you do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So I did. They archived and he's like, all right, what do you want to do? I said, man, I want something to further my career. I've got leadership time, but I want something else. So that's when the instructor position come up at Leonardwood.
Cool.
So we were at Leonardwood probably about the same time. I got there in 12 and left in 14.
Yeah. I got here in 15.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she got there right after I left.
Yeah.
But I mean, I loved it, man. I love being an instructor and stuff, but I had some stuff going here at home. So I wanted to get closer to home. So ended up getting stationed at Knox and finished my career out at Knox, retired from there. But man, it was just K9 was starting to change a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Starting to change a whole lot. I mean, the Army overall was starting to change a lot, but it's like I think I'm ready to go home. I think I'm ready to just hang it up.
Yeah.
Move on to the next chapter in life. So I don't regret it. Loved every, I won't say loved every minute of it. I mean, it's like any normal job. You have your days where you don't want to go to work. You don't.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
But the good days always outweigh the bad days. So
yeah, it was cool. And you always had that little fuzzy companion too when you were having a bad day to play with, and hopefully he didn't bite you. But
yeah, I only had two of those.
K9 was one of those things where, there was lack of career progression.
Yep.
But most handlers were perfectly fine with it. They're like, I retire as a staff sergeant as long as I can work a damn dog.
Yep.
You had kennel masters that were your sergeant first classes, E7s and stuff. But other than that, man, people just wanted to work a dog and didn't care about career progression because they loved it so much. But yeah, I had to think down the road.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the one thing, man. It's hard in that career field to get the leadership time you need because, like you said, I mean, there's only so many kennel master positions in there, and me, I got lucky. I got lucky to be a kennel master twice in Iraq, so that's what helped me a lot right there. But there's only so many spots. I went to let's see, I was there 2005, 2007, and 2009.
Which kennels?
Let's see.
Did you know Creamer, Zaina?
Yeah. I didn't meet her in Iraq though. I met her at Benning.
Yeah.
I met her at Benning because I was actually going through, I can't remember the name of that stupid course they had down there. We didn't even need to go as K9. It was before they started the whole new program in Arizona.
Yeah.
But I went through there and she was the one that picked up my dog when I got there in process to do this little program thing. She picked up my dog and took it to the kennels for me.
Yeah.
So
that's kind of like me and her. We transitioned from Fort Belvoir, Virginia together. She was my soldier there while I was the training NCO. And I was working a Pet E.
Yep.
And they were like, hey, somebody needs to deploy. And Zaina's wanting to go. So we want to take you off your dog, give her your dog, and you just stick to straight plans and training because I was doing kind of dual hatting.
Yep.
And I said, I guess that's fine if that's what she wants to do. And, unfortunately, she made the ultimate sacrifice. The dog survived, but that hurt, man. That hurt a lot of people. She was just such a good soldier. So,
well, and people always think that's all we do is play with dogs. They don't really realize how dangerous of a job it really is. There's a lot that goes into that job. Yeah. And I can't even, honestly, it kind of pains me to say jobs. I'll be honest, it's more of a lifestyle because you spend so much time training that dog because you as the handler, you're not going to deploy with a whole unit.
Yeah.
You're going to deploy as an asset. You and the dog are going on your own. When you get there, whoever needs you is going to pick you up and that's where you're going.
Yeah. And
you've got all those, when you go out on patrols, all those guys rely on you and the dog. And I can't even say you, it's more of the dog. You're just kind of a Pez dispenser.
Yep.
So, I mean, I learned a lot. I learned a whole lot. And I mean, it's one of those things, like I said, it's like being in the mob, but it's a good thing though, because you learn a lot. You get a lot of great experience. You travel the world. You meet people that you never thought you'd meet in your entire life.
For sure.
So, I mean, I met a sitting president at the time being a dog handler because of my job. It wasn't because I was special. It was because of my job.
For sure. Yeah. I did a lot of presidential stuff, actually being in DC back when Bush was the president. He came to Fort Belvoir almost every weekend, rode his bike on the trails. So we were doing sweeps for him.
Yep.
I got my picture with him. President Obama used to golf a lot and he'd come to Fort Belvoir and golf. So we'd be out there every weekend. And then it was pretty cool working the inauguration of President Obama.
Yep.
So for like a week straight, I got tasked out to different agencies and I'd go out there and do joint patrols with the agencies and searching manhole covers while they tack them down in DC, and vehicle sweeps, all kinds of stuff. Working. This is I don't know what year that was, 2009-ish, 2008 maybe. I have a little sister too, who's 10 years younger than me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And so I met the Jonas Brothers working the Miley Cyrus concert for the Obama daughters,
Yep.
the Obama kids. And it was funny because my sister was like so jealous at the time. And I keep reminding her about that. And she's like, oh, yeah, the Jonas Brothers. I loved them back then. So it was funny. But I met Billy Ray Cyrus, Miley Cyrus.
Yep. Oh, man. That's,
back in the day.
It's when you get a bunch of military guys together, you all reminisce. And that's what makes it fun. It's kind of like being around deer camp. You reminisce about your old hunts. Military guys can't help it. We get together. We always go straight to the military and talk about work and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And me and the guys were comparing one night, because we were all K9 handlers. We're all comparing on all the celebrities we've met and stuff. And it's just crazy how many different people and how many different walks of life you'll meet doing that job, because you're constantly on the move. Yeah. I always tell people with that job, I did it for 12 years. I lived out of bags.
Yeah.
I lived out of bags. I mean, you always had your go bag packed. You always had a suitcase packed, ready to go. You always had your suits hanging up in the closet in your friggin', your bag there ready to go. You just had to grab those 3 bags and out the door you go, and you never know where you're flying to. You never know until you land and say, okay, cool, this is who I'm with. Time to go.
Yep.
So, I had a lot of fun doing it. But, like you said, I was one of those guys that didn't care about the career progression for a bit. But then after a while, it's like, I got to do something different. Because it's Groundhog Day all over again every single day.
Yeah.
You're going in the morning, you're feeding dogs, you're doing kennel maintenance,
you're
loading dogs up, you're going to train.
Yeah.
That's it. There was no variety. Now, the only variety we got was you could change your training up, especially if you got a handler or two who's getting ready to ship out, you would kind of tailor it to them, to what's going on in the region they're going to at the time. But that's really all the changing we got. I mean, now Leavenworth, we got a lot of different stuff because we got to train with DEA, ATF. We'd go off base and train out at the racetrack. ATF
when were you at Leavenworth?
2000. Was it 2007 or 8?
Were you there with Jasper?
No. Well, yeah. Jasper, he got there. I think I had about a year left when he got there. He didn't go to the kennels. He went up to the PMO.
Yeah. His wife was my special agent in charge, Jessica, at the CID office there. I was at Leavenworth for a while too. So.
Oh yeah. When were you there?
I was there from 2010 to 2000. So I got there in like November of 2010 and deployed in September of 11. So I was only there like 9 months, and they were like, see ya. So I went to Afghanistan for 12 months and came back, and I was like, finally, because my son, he lives in Kansas, and I was always in like DC or Hawaii, so I never got to see my son. So I called, my branch and was like, hey, I want to get somewhere close to Kansas. They're like, oh, we got a spot in Leavenworth. So I was like, I'll take it. That's a 3-hour drive.
Yep.
Get Leavenworth. I'm there 6 months. They deploy me. I'm like, son of a bitch. And then when I get back, I'm like, finally. They're like, no, you're PCS. And I was like, but I haven't even been here. Yep. And they sent me back to DC. So
was Roberts there when you got to the CID office at Leavenworth?
Michael Roberts?
Yep.
Or what's Roberts?
I think his first name's Michael.
Roberts. I know he was at the school.
He was the agent. He was the agent in charge. So me and him actually went through BNOC together. He finished first in the class. I finished second in the class.
Yeah.
Well, he's like, man, where are you going to? I was like, I'm heading to Leavenworth. He goes, me too. I was like, nuh-uh. So we kind of started hanging out.
Big tall guy with a huge head?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Michael.
Okay. Yeah. So he's like, yeah, I'm taking over the CID office there. I'll be the agent in charge. Like, okay, cool, man. I said, yeah. I said, we'll see each other quite a bit, I'm sure. Well, then I get a phone call one day from the PMO. Like, hey, go over to CID. They need to see you over there. What? That's never good. So I ring the buzzer. He brings me up. He's like, hey, man, have a seat. I'm looking around, see if anybody else is going to come in, see if there's any cameras set up. What's going on, man? He's like, hey, he slides this packet across the desk. He goes, hey, fill that out. Why? You're going CID. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I said, man, I don't like Leonardwood that much.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. He goes, no, man, trust me. He's like, you'd be a great agent. I was like, nah. I said, I hate paperwork, man. I said, I ain't gonna lie. I hate
Oh
paperwork.
man.
I said, you guys, that's what you live by is paperwork. Nah, I'm good. So
And
I was like,
I
nope.
got told, everybody beefed up CID and all my friends, but the only cool time you're on CID is when you're like on DST, when you're working
Yep.
drugs. And I was like, yeah, I'll do it, man. Then when I get to schoolhouse, they were teaching, hey, you get 10% hua shit and 90% paperwork. I'm like, no. But it is, man. It's the paperwork involved is crazy. The hours are crazy,
Yeah.
but it's one of the most rewarding things when you can close some true justice on it. So
Oh yeah, that'd be the best part. That's the part I like the most. Even just being a patrolman, busting like DUIs, stuff like that, getting those people off the road. It's like, dude, that was the best feeling in the world.
yeah, for sure.
Even being a dog handler, busting somebody with drugs,
Mhm.
best feeling in the world. But it's like, man, I didn't want to do all that paperwork. I mean, I knew it was just a patrolman. You had a stack of paperwork. Even just being in the army itself, you want to take leave, you got a stack of paperwork.
Yeah,
This all to take leave. It's like, man, I don't think I want to do that for the rest of my career. I'm like, no, man, I'm good. I appreciate it, but no, nope.
yeah,
And it's crazy too, man, how small the army really is because I go to Leonardwood quite a bit to hunt. I live in
yeah.
Indiana now. Uh, Me and a buddy of mine went to Leonardwood. Well, this year will be 3 years now to hunt. And we were standing on the road in a hotel there from Walmart. Like, hey man, let's run up to Walmart and grab some stuff. Well, we had a kitchenette in our hotel room. We'll just cook tonight. So we're in Walmart and I hear this voice, Justin. I thought, who's saying my name here? I turn around and there's Mike. I was like, dude, what are you doing here? He's like, man, I live out here. He goes, I retired from here.
Yeah.
Wow, no way. So sat there talking to him for probably a good 35, 40 minutes, just catching up. Man,
Yeah,
I hadn't
Walmart's
seen you
the
since
spot,
Lemonwood.
man.
I know
Yeah.
that's where everybody goes. He said that's the place in town. That's where everybody heads.
Yeah, it's about the only thing. So it's
So
crazy how much Leonard Wood area is growing.
yeah.
Yeah, it's still a great place to live, man. The cost of living is hard to beat. And the hunting and fishing is just phenomenal. So
Oh yeah. Well, and so you kind of got us on the next subject I want to talk about
sure.
with that. This is why I started the podcast because there's so many benefits for veterans out there that we don't know about. Especially when it comes to hunting and fishing, we don't know. The only reason why I find out is because I love to travel and hunt. I do. I love going all across the U.S. to hunt, and not just deer, just whatever's in season. Let's go. Let's give it a try.
Yeah.
And I was stationed at Leonardwood. I hunted Leonardwood. And it was different. The rules and regulations were different. Tags were different at the time. So me and a buddy decided to plan a trip to Leonardwood to hunt, and we're going to hunt on base. Possibly off base because I've got access to a piece of private out there too from a buddy of mine. And I was like, dude, let me call Fort Leonard Wood and see what's different there because I knew things. I hunted Fort Knox way back in the day, and
Yeah.
Knox is only an hour for me, so I go down there and hunt quite a bit now, and it's changed a lot too. Oh, excuse me. So I told him, I said, let me call. So I called Post first, talked to one of the game wardens out there. The guy was great. I mean, sent me 2 or 3 different emails with all kinds of updated information. And then I called state DNR and talked to them. And man, learning all the stuff I learned on that phone call, I was like, wow. So used to when I was stationed out there, you had to buy 2 sets of tags. You had to buy your base tags to hunt, and you had to buy state tags.
Yep.
Now you don't. Now it's just one set, and it's state tags.
Yeah.
And me being 100% disabled vet, I get resident prices.
Absolutely.
I was like, man, so I was talking to Aaron's. I did an episode of his podcast because of a buck I'd killed a couple years ago. And I told him, I said, man, I really, after doing your podcast, I said, I enjoyed it. It was fun. Just sitting down talking to somebody that we share the same passion. I said, I kind of want to do mine for educational purposes to help veterans and active duty. I said, because I know me, I travel a lot to different military bases and hunt, and things change over time. I want to be able to get that information out to these guys. So if there is a guy that's on active duty, gets PCS orders to go to Leonardwood, Now he can say, okay, wait a minute, I just saw something about a podcast about hunting Fort Leonard Wood. Let me go check that out. So that's why we started it, and it's been awesome so far.
Yeah.
But it has that whole area, St. Roberts has changed a lot. All the areas around there, it's gotten so much bigger.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I know it's changed since I was there 3 years ago. I'm sure it's gotten a lot because it had gotten so much bigger just from the time I was stationed there till that 3 years ago. So I can only imagine now.
Still not much to do, but it seems like every other week there's a new Dollar General going up on some corner. Now we have car washes next to car washes that's next to a car wash. Yeah, little fast food restaurants popping up everywhere, but the community is getting more involved now. We do have a lot of community-based businesses.
Yep.
Old Town Waynesville's changing quite a bit. Route 66 getting a whole bunch of new businesses in, so it's a booming little community for sure. It's a real tight-knit community. The school districts are great. It's rooted in military traditions and stuff, so it's been great. So,
now, do you guys live in Waynesville?
Wayne's Vegas, that's what I call it. Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. We
It's
live
gotten a lot
outside state
bigger.
limits. Yeah. So
It's gotten a whole lot bigger. I mean, man,
Yeah.
driving through there on the way in, I was like, wow, this place is really, there's houses everywhere now.
yeah, for sure.
Houses everywhere. When I was there, I mean, yeah, we had quite a few houses because you got a lot of military members there. I mean, it's the home to MP school, chemical and engineer.
Yep.
And then you've got the Marines that go there for training too. You've got the active duty personnel that are stationed there. Plus, I mean, the hospital is pretty bad. That's where I had 1, 2, 3, 4. I had 4 or 5 surgeries at that hospital. I mean, it's a big community. It really is.
You said it's been 3 years since you've been here?
Yeah. Yeah.
The new hospital is just now opening.
Where's it at? I didn't even see it when I was out there.
Right next to the old hospital.
Really?
It's ginormous, state of the art. So
Wow. Okay. Okay.
Yeah. They're just now starting to open up small portions as they come complete. I just foresee the same problems. No good doctor wants it stationed at Fort Leonard Wood.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, what's my medical practice is not going to flourish at Fort Leonard Wood, Missouri. I don't want to go there. So we'll see what kind of quality of doctors we get. But it's a brand new hospital. It's huge, and that would be a huge benefit. So,
well, you guys used to have a great surgeon out there, Dr. Brown. Dr. Brown, he's the one that did 2 of my shoulder surgeries and my knee surgery. He used to live in New York. He used to do a lot of surgeries for sports teams up there.
Oh, that's cool.
And I was talking to him one day. I was like, Dr. Brown, I said, I heard a rumor about you. He was like, what? So I heard you used to do surgeries for some pretty big sports teams. He's like, yeah, I did. I said, can I ask you a question? I said, if it's too personal, I said, you don't have to answer. And I had a really good relationship with the guy because, like I said, I travel all the time to hunt. Well, I used to work at the ASP there on post for a little while.
Oh, yeah.
And I got in real good with the civilians there. We used to go out to Wyoming and go antelope hunting all the time. And I had just had my right shoulder surgery. Well, I'm right-handed. I shoot right-handed.
Mm.
So I was in there talking to him for my checkup and asking him if I'd be able to go out and go hunting, in a couple months. He's like, I'm not telling you can't, but you need to be careful.
Yeah.
But, I felt like we had a pretty good relationship. I could ask him anything. So I asked him, I said, why did you leave that to come out here? He goes, I'll be 100% honest with you. He's like, I got tired of watching grown men that get paid millions of dollars to play a sport. And you guys are over here putting your lives on the line for us every single day. And your guys' medical care sucks.
Yeah.
He's like, so I wanted to do what I could do to give back. I said, well, I appreciate it. I mean,
that's cool.
He fixed everything for me. I mean, I felt like a new man after that.
Yeah.
But man, I didn't know they were building a new hospital. Like I said, it's been 3 years and I don't even think they broke ground on it when I was out there.
No, it went up pretty quick. It's been about 2 years, but
wow,
she's almost completely done and it's huge. So
I'm going to try to come back this year. I'm putting in for Kansas, but if I don't get drawn for Kansas, I'm going to just pivot and go to Leonard Wood again. So
yeah, every year
if I head that way, I'll look you up.
Yeah, so I'll put in for Kansas again this year. Illinois. We always go to Texas. We're thinking about going to Oklahoma again this year. So I have a buddy who just retired too around the same time I did. Me and him hunt a lot together.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of just jump around and hunt state to state.
Now, so I've had a couple guys on that have gone to Texas to hunt. What's your experience like? How did can you get tags over the counter? Do you have to put in for draws? You know, what do you have to do to hunt down there?
So it's awesome for veterans.
Okay.
I went to Walmart, took my VA letter saying I'm 100% disabled, give it to them,
Yep.
and the machine just starts printing, and it goes on for like 5 minutes long. You're like, what the hell? You get you get the veteran sportsman's package for free, 100% free. You get
Wow.
mule deer, turkey, white-tailed deer, javelina, and dude, you're hunting and fishing combo, and it's 100% free, man.
Wow.
Texas is always known for taking care of their veterans, but yeah, you get everything, and all you gotta do is bring your VA letter down there and give it to them, and you get your veteran sportsman's package. So it's pretty
Wow.
cool.
Okay. See, I've noticed it seems like to me, and this is just my opinion. My opinion really doesn't count towards anything, but just my opinion. I feel like the states out west are more geared towards veterans than anywhere.
Yeah.
Because, like, you know, me and my wife, I retired in 2016 out of Fort Knox. She got a job offer. I had been to Montana on an elk hunt with some friends of mine in 2015. I fell in love with the place because I'd
Yeah.
been stationed in Alaska for 4 years. Loved it up there. Montana's the same, pretty much the same thing.
Yeah.
So I come home talking about moving up there, and she's like, "I'm not moving up there." Well, then I got a job working for the government as a contractor at Fort Knox after I retired, or well, before I even retired.
Yeah.
While I'm working, my wife, I didn't know it, but she was sitting at home on her days off researching Montana.
Oh,
She applied for a couple jobs
oh,
and
nice.
got them.
Oh,
So she's got a bidding war between hospitals. So she's a nurse. She's got a
yeah.
bidding war between hospitals wanting her to come up there. So a hospital flew her up there for 3 days to see the hospital, see the area, you know, just kind of look around. She came home. She's like, "We're moving." Two
Yeah.
thumbs up. I'm good to go.
Yeah.
And when we got there, you got to be in or you got to be in the state. I think it was 3 months to be considered a resident.
Yeah.
It may have been 6. I can't remember. It may have been 6. But once you're a resident, you can. When I went in to buy my tags, they're like, "Oh, you're a veteran." I said, "Yeah." "Oh, well, we have this program called Military Coming Home." I was like, "Yeah, but I'm not from here." She goes, "You don't have to be." I got my bear tag, turkey tag, whitetail, mule deer, elk, fishing license. You have to buy an archery license to archery hunt. I got that. All this other stuff for like 30, 32 or $35.
That's amazing.
And
That's
it's cheaper for me to hunt there than it was, you know, me being a resident here in Indiana and hunting here.
yeah.
I was like, it's ridiculous. So, and I know like, I think it was Idaho, if you're disabled, 100% disabled, I think you get resident prices there too. It's real cheap.
That's good. Yeah.
So it seems like out west has just been a lot more veteran friendly, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I think they know the veterans love the outdoors. You know, the majority of the veterans love the outdoors, and I think
Yeah.
that's a way to get them to come to their state. Veterans are known for moving a lot, and so I think
Yes.
that if they can come to one of those states and experience low cost hunting and fall in love with the area, they'll want to move just like much what you did.
Yep. Yep. I think I agree with that.
Yeah.
So where else are you guys going? Where else are you hunting at?
So we made real good friends with an outfitter down in Texas. We trade trips with him quite a bit. He doesn't get a lot of time off to fish, so we bring him up here to Missouri. Last year we went crappie fishing, spoonbilling, morel hunting,
Oh yeah.
arrowhead hunting, and he's like, "You guys can come down to my ranch anytime and shoot whatever you want." So we just trade fishing trips for hunting trips every year, uh, and then we go to Illinois. I messed up, so I'm actually a Kansas resident.
Yep.
That's where I was born and raised. And then once I retired, I just switched everything over to Missouri, and deer season came along. I was like, dang it. I said I should have got my Kansas lifetime license when I was a. So now I got to be at the mercy of the draw again for Kansas. And
Yep.
then we might go down to Oklahoma this year too. Oklahoma is kind of a booming state for some decent sized deer nowadays too. So
So so now tell me about Oklahoma because I haven't had anybody on yet that hunts Oklahoma. I've
yeah,
I've never hunted it myself. I know I've got I can name 4 veteran buddies of mine that want to go to Oklahoma because they said the same thing. There's some big
yeah.
whitetail and big mule deer there. So what do you have to do to hunt down there? Is it over the counter or is it a draw?
Yeah, no, everything you can do it over the counter. It's quite expensive. I
Okay.
think it's going to be like 700 and some dollars. They don't do anything for veterans unless you're a resident of the state. But I
Yep.
think it was like 700 and some bucks for your tags. And if we go, it'll be the first year I've gone this year. But I listen to a lot of podcasts, follow a lot of big hunters that hunt down there too, and the population of bigger deer is growing, and it's becoming a decent sized state. Hopefully, that will allow some of those Louisiana folks to go over there. It's a little more expensive than that, but Missouri is known for, when the Orange Army comes, it's a lot of Louisiana folks because we're the closest big buck state to them.
Yep.
Um, but we got plenty of property. We got plenty of Mark Twain National Forests everywhere here in Missouri, so
Mm-hmm.
it doesn't bother me none. But yeah, so I'll be excited if we can get down to Oklahoma this year. I got a bunch of friends down there, kind of do some map reconning with, and get out and get boots on ground and check it out. So
So once you guys go, if you do go to Oklahoma this year to hunt, I want to have you come back on and talk about the experience.
yeah, absolutely.
I love getting that information out there from a hunter's perspective. Because I'm getting I'm going to, hoping, like you said, hopefully I get drawn. I want to
Yeah.
go back to Leavenworth to hunt. I killed my biggest buck ever on Fort Leavenworth. And
You know what? Leavenworth is crazy. It's a small little base, but man, every morning driving through the gate, like at 5 o'clock in the morning, you see some of those big bucks just bedded down right at the gate shack. You're like, man,
oh
they
yeah,
they live on that penetration or the penitentiary
oh yeah.
farms and stuff like that. And I don't know,
There's
Leavenworth's a little sleeper town, man. It's a little hidden gem. I love being stationed there. It's beautiful, right along the river.
yeah.
It's a hidden gem.
It's a beautiful post. Like you said, it's small. I don't know if you heard or not, but they just closed the chow hall down for good.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, they weren't getting enough people in there, so they shut it down for good.
that's crazy.
I was like, man, that's nuts. And then I went back out there. I've hunted it not since I retired. I hunted before I retired with some buddies once, and I still love it. I mean, I killed 2 deer I have on the wall. I killed at Leavenworth out of the same tree, a year apart. Shot a lot of doe out there. There's a ton of deer on that base. I mean, a ton,
Yeah,
and there's always a giant killed every year.
yeah,
Every year, it's a sleeper. It's a sleeper killing spot or hunting spot for sure.
yeah.
But I'm going to try to get drawn this year for it. I don't know. I've never put in for the draw for Kansas. So I don't know how hard it is to get drawn. I don't know if it's
Pretty
like
tough.
Iowa or not.
I've drawn the last 3 years, and I haven't been drawn yet. So
Really,
yeah, so I'm guessing this year will be my year. Everybody say it's kind of like a 1 in 3, but
I heard though you could put
you have
in
to.
as a group too.
Yeah, that's what we do. We put in for a group of 6. So if anybody within that group gets picked, you all go. But you have to select your sections that you want to hunt. I think you get to put in for 3 sections,
Yeah,
3 or 4,
yeah,
and then you get drawn for whatever sections you get drawn for, and that's the only areas you can hunt. So, and it's
yeah. See,
broken.
Leavenworth sits in 3 sections. So I was going to put in for all 3. And then hunt wherever I want on base. I mean, I've got a couple spots. I got one out by the river. I got one up by a water tower there I go to, and that's always my go-to spot.
Yeah.
So, but it's like I'm going to have
Leavenworth
go ahead.
County's got some good hunting too. Tonganoxie State, the state lake out there in Tonganoxie.
Yep.
I have a video I posted up on my Facebook not too long ago. I call that the Tonganoxie or Leavenworth River Monster or some shit. I was out kayak fishing, man, and I just heard a bunch of running through the woods. I heard a huge splash. I look over, and this huge buck had jumped off this huge ledge and into the water, and it's swimming across Tonganoxie. So I kayak up to it, and I mean it's probably the biggest buck I've seen on the hoof, just huge. And he gets out of the water, and he's just swaying. He's exhausted. He just swam 300 or 400 yards across the river, just a huge buck, and he just trots off into the woods right there at Tonganoxie. And I was like, man, I need to hunt him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Dude, that's an
I
experience
that
that a lot of people will never experience. You got the experience.
Yeah, it was rough, man. It was like November-ish. So he was chasing or something, but I'll have to pull up that video and tag you in it or something. It's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
cool.
that'd be awesome. I'd love to see that. That's like friends of mine that don't hunt. I mean, why do you spend so much time in the woods? I said, a couple of different things, but number one, I like getting there in the morning before daylight, and then I like watching the woods come alive.
Oh yeah.
Number two, it calms me. And number three, you never know what you're going to see out there. You have no idea. And I mean, now that we have, like Tacticam, you've got GoPro, you've got all these cameras you can record with.
Yeah.
It's awesome. You can get some really cool videos out there. And it's an experience that a lot of people will never experience. And I may never experience this again in life, but at least I'll have the video.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's awesome, man. It is awesome.
Yeah. For non-hunters, it is definitely hard to explain, but it's a peace like no other, man. I mean, it could be 10 degrees out, snow covered, and I'm nice and bundled up, and I'll sleep like crazy, man. It's just so comforting. But there is nothing like early morning turkey season, early morning deer season, sitting at the base of a tree. You're there 30 minutes before anything wakes up, and that barred owl starts hooting. Then turkey fires off over here, and another turkey, and then birds come alive, squirrels start clacking, and man, when the world just comes alive, it's just, man, it's beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I told Aaron when we were talking because me and him have done a few collaborative episodes too, and I told him that's the best part of the hunt. I mean, it's just watching the woods come alive.
Yeah,
it's dark, it's peaceful, it's quiet, and then as the sun starts to come up, everything starts moving. It's just like, wow, man. And then I don't know if it's like the predatory side of me or what, but it's awesome just sitting in a tree stand, and you've got a game animal that you're hunting come in, they have no clue you're even there.
Yeah.
And it's like, I beat a deer's nose for right now. I've stayed hidden this whole time. It's just like, dude, it's a feeling the only way to recreate is to hunt. That's it.
Yeah.
So
that's why I love turkey hunting.
Yeah.
You're changing the way a turkey normally goes. He usually tries to bring the hen to him, but you got your decoy set up. You're trying to call, you're trying to change what he's normally doing.
Yep.
Bring him to you. And same thing with like coyote hunting, there's a predator out there you're trying to call and bring to you. And then, yeah, it's cool. So.
Oh yeah. It's like I said, man, it's the only way you experience that is to get out in the woods and do it. That's it. I mean, there's no other way to experience it. I mean, even sitting just watching videos, it's not like being out there doing it.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I had people introduce me to hunt when I was a kid. I'm thankful for that. I'm introducing my kids to it. My son loves turkey hunting. I mean, that's all he talks about. We're getting our place set up now for turkey. So it's like he's wearing me out. But I love it. I love it.
I grew up, in the woods or on the water as much as I could. My parents they hated it. I'm very competitive. So my parents divorced when I was I think second grade. So I'd go to Arkansas, live with my mom for some of the summers, and I'd have a BB gun or a fishing pole, and she'd drop me off at the lake or in the holler, and I'd have a bucket of squirrel or a bucket of fish or something like that. So I just lived in the woods. My whole life, I grew up fishing. I didn't do a lot of hunting as a kid. My stepmother's dad was the mayor of Greensburg, Kansas. Small town, 1 mile by 1 mile. And unfortunately, a tornado 1 mile by 1 mile took out that whole town. But prior to that, he introduced me to clay pigeon shooting. So I went out there and shot. Western Kansas was known for upland bird hunting, running dogs. So I always did that as a kid. I did it through high school on my own with friends here and there. My dad really wasn't a huge hunter. My brother definitely wasn't. We did a lot of fishing together. And it always became a competition, who can catch the most fish. And I don't know what it is with my brother. He became a firefighter, so that's probably what it was. But he never fished, man. He could never catch fish. It was crazy, man. I'd fish right after him and catch fish, and he'd fish right after me and couldn't catch fish. And but my passion for the outdoors definitely it led me to getting involved in the fallen outdoors. And I guess that can be our segue to this next section if
you
need to roll into that.
We've all been there. You're 6 hours into a sit, the buck you're after is nowhere in sight, and your knees are absolutely barking against the bark of that tree. Most hunters just suck it up until they can't take it anymore and head for the truck. But you can't feel a tag from the couch. Comfort isn't a luxury, it's a tactical advantage that keeps you in the game longer. That's why you need the knee bag by Light the Fire Outdoors. This isn't some cheap foam pad. It's a patent-pending, bead-filled design that actually molds to your knees and supports your hips. Built from ultra-tough, weatherproof Cordura, it won't soak up water or gain weight when the weather turns sideways. It features padded wings that cradle your knees and even has MOLLE attachments for your thermocellular gear. The best part is a multi-seasonal tool. Strap it to your body for saddle hunting, mount it to the tree as a pad, or when rifle season hits, turn it sideways. It becomes a rock-solid 15-inch tree-mounted shooting bag for those precision shots. Whether you want coyote tan or mossy oak bottomland, this is the gear that evolves with your hunt. Stop fighting your gear and start focusing on the hunt. Get yours at www.paradeandslaying.com and use my code Frontline10 to get free shipping on your order. You can also hit the link in the show notes. The knee bag, comfort, evolve, stay steady, stay ready. In the woods or on the water, it's the small details that dictate success or failure. A ruined diaphragm call or a lost fly isn't just a nuisance, it's a blown opportunity. You spend thousands on the hunt, don't lose it because you didn't protect your tools. Puck Outdoors has solved this with their 100% made in the USA and modular twist lock storage systems. For the hunters, the Puck keeps your elk and turkey mouth calls protected, organized, and ready to run. No more warped reeds or searching through pockets, junk drawers, or truck floorboards. For the fisherman, the fishing Puck features a magnetic tray and 4 modular compartments to keep your hooks, flies, and weights locked down and exactly where you need them. It's compact, it's rugged, and it's built to keep your most critical gear in peak condition season after season. The best part is they fit right in your pocket, vinyl harness, or fishing vest. Don't let poor organization be the reason you come home empty-handed. Go to puckoutdoors.com and use code Frontline10 to get yours. That's code Frontline10. You can also find the link right here in the show notes. Protect your calls, secure your tackle, puck in, pack out. Most hunters spend all summer shooting at a foam block, a worn-out 3D target with a scoring ring, or a bright orange bullseye. When that buck of a lifetime steps out at a steep quartering angle, that orange dot on the buck is nowhere to be found. You've been training for a scenario that doesn't exist. If you want to be lethal when it matters, you have to train with reality. That's why I use and recommend Dead Nuts Outdoors. They're 100% made in the USA, producing lifelike, Ultra HD, 2D targets that bring the field to your backyard. When you're talking real animal images, life-sized, and built to withstand whatever Mother Nature throws at them. Unlike traditional targets that force you into a perfect broadside shot, Dead Nuts features multiple shot angles. Because in the woods, animals are unpredictable. Dead Nuts ensures you're ready for the shot of a lifetime every time. These targets are ultralight and packable. You can throw them in the truck for hunting camp or slide them under a bed in the off-season. The slogan says it all: hit the spot, not the dot. Hit it, Dead Nuts. Stop practicing, start preparing. Head over to www.deadnutsoutdoors.com and use my personal code Frontline10 to take 10% off your entire order site-wide. You can also find the link right here in the show notes. Train for the reality of the hunt. Hit it, Dead Nuts. Yes, because I want you to talk about that for sure, because I learned about you guys from a friend of mine out in Missouri. He was talking about it. I didn't know we had a group here in Indiana. Yeah. So my first experience with you guys was through the Missouri team.
Yeah.
So yeah, talk about it, man. Tell all about it. It's a great organization.
For sure. Yeah. So the Fallen Outdoors was established in 2009 by our founder, Eric Bakken. Him and a couple battle buddies were out in Afghanistan. And he lived, duck hunting is kind of what we were founded on. These guys were out in Afghanistan sitting on a hilltop, just wanting to do things to give veterans back in the outdoors. And unfortunately, not everybody came home from this trip to Afghanistan. And that kind of led Eric to say, I'm doing this for my buddies. And he created the Fallen Outdoors. And it was mainly a Washington state non-for-profit where, veterans had relationships to get each other back in the outdoors. Since then, we are a nationwide non-for-profit. The overall goal is to provide free charge therapeutic outdoor ventures to the veteran community, those who are currently served honorably in the past, and our goals to our families who obviously their service member gave the ultimate sacrifice to this great nation.
Yep.
So we got teams in just about every state. We do have a couple of regions where there's not teams in every state, but we've broken them down into small chapters, I guess you could say. Like in the Northeast, we have Team New England. It kind of encompasses a few different states, or we call it the tri-state area. Texas, being as big as Texas is broken down in like 4 or 5 different little regions within itself.
Wow.
We operate mainly off Facebook. We're broken down into 4 different regions. So if you're a Facebook user, you can search The Fallen Outdoors. You'll have a couple different page options. We have a national page where we post a lot of stuff. Anybody can follow that page. And then we have the Fallen Outdoors All Veterans Community page, which is kind of like our other national page where it's veterans only. We are 100% volunteer, 100% veterans. I am the president of the entire organization, and I don't get paid. It's all volunteer hours that we do. So on that page, we have a couple campaigns we run. The biggest of one is the 25 Days of Christmas. So 1 through 25 December every year, we give away tons of gifts free of charge to our members of the page. And then we're split up between 4 different regions. So you'll have an East, a West, a South, and a Midwest. So you can search those via Facebook. I'm sure Justin will tag links here later.
Yep.
Just search for like the Midwest All Veterans Community page, and it'll pop up. All the teams post trip announcements all the time. We do have staff. We have like 600 or 700 staffers across the nation that volunteer their time to provide these free trips. But we encourage active membership, man. So like people message all the time, hey, I'd like to go on a trip. I have a boat. I'm like, why don't you host a trip? Well, I'm not a staffer. You don't need to be a staffer to host a trip.
Yep.
Next time you go fishing and you want to take a veteran with you, post up, say, hey, I'm going to Truman Lake today, do some crappie fishing, would like to take somebody with me. And you'll have tons of people reach out.
Yep.
Our network of like-minded outdoorsmen and women is more than just hunting and fishing. We got guys that like to work on cars together. We got ladies and men who want to go do chats at the coffee house together.
Yep.
It's anything to get the veterans' minds right, preferably in the outdoors in some fashion, but it's just a way for you to make your own connections with like-minded veterans. In the years past, we've had a minimal showing of women because it was specifically hunting and fishing. Not saying that women don't like to hunt and fish. There are a lot to do. So 2 years ago, we created the Women's Council of the Fallen Outdoors, and their whole mission was to bring awareness of the organization to women veterans and get more women veterans involved. And I think along all of our pages, it went from 2% veteran or women and veteran involvement to some of our pages are almost up to 20% women involvement now. So it's grown. We're seeing a lot more women come up through the ranks of the Fallen Outdoors. We have a team lead for Alaska, Kendra.
Yep.
She is amazing. And she does great things for Team Alaska up there. And she's been running out state solid for the last couple of years. We have a couple other women involved in leadership positions across the nation. And so it's good seeing those women veterans come up there because they are essential to what we do.
Yep.
So it's pretty neat. Yeah. We do have thefallenoutdoors.org. You can click on there and see how to get involved. It also has a breakdown of all of our chapters. You can click on there and get in touch with your state or your region. And then one of the biggest campaigns we have is the 22 for 22 campaign.
Yes.
Obviously, the number 22 is it's important to our veterans because we know that upwards of 22 veterans commit suicide on a daily basis. Sometimes it's more, sometimes it's less. But this monthly subscription of just $22 goes into one bucket of funds. And then every year we distribute that out through all of our teams so they can start the year with some decent funds to help provide some of these trips. So it's pretty cool, man.
Now I want to say that again because I've had a lot of civilian friends of mine ask me if the number's real. It is 22 veterans a day. That's not a week. That's not a month. That's a day that take their lives because of the traumatic events they've dealt with being in the service. It's not just the Army. It's the Navy, the Marine Corps, everybody, Air Force, everyone across the board. It's 22 a day. And that number, it should be zero. No number is a good number. It should be zero.
Yeah.
And it's just, people don't realize because they don't live it like we did. They don't realize what we go through mentally, emotionally, and physically going to these countries and going to a combat zone at that.
Yeah.
And it's, that's why when you popped up on the screen, I saw it behind you. I was like, that's an awesome banner. I kind of wish I had that now for mine.
Yeah.
It's like, man, I love that because I want to get this stuff out because they don't realize how the number.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've had civilian friends of mine that, never served. They don't know. It's not their fault. They don't know. Like, no, there's no way it's 22 a day. I was like, it is. It's 22 a day.
And sometimes it's way more. It's
Yes. Yes. But
obviously the holidays are one of the toughest times for our veteran community
yeah.
because it's a reminiscing time, and it's difficult for a lot of our veterans. The unique thing about our organization is we're a network of not just veterans but resources.
Yes.
A lot of
Yes.
different veterans organizations don't like working with other veterans organizations, but when I meet with all these other guys, I say, hey, we're a resource. Use us. We
Mhm.
will use you. We got to come together to create that hope, connection, and healing through the outdoors or whatever it may be. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I definitely wanted you to talk about that because I mean, it's any veteran out there to be near and dear to their heart. I mean, anybody out there to be near and dear to their heart, but especially veterans, it'll resonate big time with them. And
Yeah.
the veterans are always looking for ways to get help, and a lot of times you don't know where to turn. I
Yeah,
mean,
for sure.
I hate to say it, but there's not a lot of programs out there to get you to help you transition from that military life to the civilian life. And then once you get here, I mean, I hate to say it, man. I mean, the VA a lot of times doesn't even have the resources to help you with what you need. They want to pump you full of medications and pills, and that's it. And it's like that's not what a lot of veterans need.
Yeah, for
They don't
sure.
need that.
Yeah.
So, man, yeah, that was the big thing. That's like I said, I got turned on to you guys by a friend of mine. And I started doing my research. I'm like, yeah, because some veterans organizations, you start doing research into it, start talking to vets that dealt with them, and it's horrible.
Yeah.
But all I got was great feedback from everybody I talked to about you guys. And then I started noticing, like you said on Facebook, I looked it up and there was like 4 pages that popped up with you guys for different regions. I was like,
Yeah.
that's even better because you guys are not just centralized. You guys are
Yep.
spread out now. So veterans anywhere, they have a resource to turn to. And I'll make sure because Aaron does all my editing for me. I'll make sure he pins that stuff in there and tags it all because
Yeah.
I definitely want to get you guys out there on a bigger scale if we can. I mean,
Absolutely.
you guys do
Um,
great things for veterans. I mean, and not even just veterans, families too. It's like I really want to make sure everybody knows about it.
yeah, for sure, man. We
So,
appreciate that. We've got some big things coming this year. 2 years ago, we partnered with Grizzly Tobacco, and they've been amazing supporters. Last year, we even launched our own Grizzly Tobacco can with our logo on it.
oh, that's cool. I did not know that either.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. They did a $1 million giveaway, and they have 4 non-for-profits. They support the Rocky Mountain elk, the wild sheep, the marlin, and the fallen outdoors. So last year they gave $250,000 to each of those organizations to help throughout the year, and this is year probably 4 with Grizzly Tobacco. And we've really transitioned to the Grizzly nicotine pouches because it's a little bit easier to advertise for us being non-tobacco. It's nicotine, but they took us down to the Daytona 500 this year. If you watch racing, you'll see Ty Dillon and AJ Allmendinger. They have
Yep.
the Fallen Outdoors logos all over their fire suit, all over the car. They represent us very well. And we send a lot of our vets to the races across the nation. This year, it's going to be a very strong year for the Fallen Outdoors. This 22 for 22 campaign is really going to kick off around Memorial Day weekend. We're going to be sending some vets to the Coca-Cola 600 in Charlotte to pretty much kick off our 22 for 22 campaign this year. So if $22 a month is something you can handle, I would strongly recommend getting involved in it as soon as possible because there are going to be some big things for those who are a part of that program this year that you're going to want to see. It's going to be cool. It's going to be
Yes, I'm looking forward to it. That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely get on the 22 for 22 for sure because
yeah,
that's near and dear to my heart, man. I've talked for years on trying to find a way to give back to veterans, and I wanted to start a veterans group when I was in Montana just to have a safe place for vets to come and talk. And we can talk about anything. I don't care what it is. But I just didn't know how to go about it. And my biggest holdback on the whole thing was failure. I was so afraid to fail. And I feel like I failed anyway because I didn't do it. So I thought, you know what? That's why I'm going to start this podcast. And I told Aaron, I said, yes, it's going to be based around hunting, but you know what? If I get a guy like you on that's a vet and we can talk about whatever, I don't care. I enjoy sitting down and talking to other vets. And it's like, I think if somebody listens to it, they hear about you guys, I got a resource out there for them. So it's like, I'm still doing my part. I just want to get more involved and do more. So yeah.
Sure.
As soon as, because Aaron he posted on there about you coming on. Like I said, I saw you come up in my friends list, people you may know. I was like, so I started looking at it. As soon as I saw Falling Outdoors, I'm like, yep, this guy's coming on.
Yeah.
I'm not giving him a chance to say no. I'll go out there and hog time if I have to.
Yeah. No, it's rare I say no, man. So I'm always about, sharing my story, and, failure is not an option, but for me, as long as I get my story to one veteran, that's a fucking win. So,
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing, man. A lot of times people think, okay, I may only help one, but it's not. You help one, he's going to talk to somebody else. You're going to help two, and it's just going to snowball to where you're helping 10 or 15. And you didn't even know it.
Yeah.
So,
and that's exactly what I say about the Fallen Outdoors is I take a guy who his wife reached out saying, hey, my husband needs to get outdoors. He won't open up to anybody. And I take this dude fishing. And it may not be just one trip. Maybe he doesn't open up. Maybe he's kind of feeling me out. And then the second trip he opens up and I'm like, all right, man, it's been a great relationship. The next thing I know is he's asking to take somebody. And then those people are asking. So it's a wildfire, man. It covers the spectrum, and that's exactly what we need right now. So,
yeah, because I mean, they trust another vet more than anybody. You've lived it. You've gone through it. You can relate to what they're dealing with. So, that's why I said I really want to start a veterans group, and I'm gonna have to just buckle down and do it. I mean, that's just what it boils down to. So I'm gonna have to do it. But I think if I get one to come, like you said, it may take a couple times for them to open up and talk, but then more and more will show up.
Yeah, for sure.
So it'll be the trickle effect.
Be happy to get you introduced to the Indiana chapter out there with you. We got a good team running out there. And our Midwest regional director lives out there. So we got a good group of guys in Indiana, always doing a lot of trips. They kind of share trips with Ohio and a couple other states since they're so centered there, and a lot of cool stuff happening out of the Midwest. So,
oh yeah. Well, man, I've got one more thing I want to talk to you about. So this year, I'm starting a new segment to my podcast. I, being in the military as long as I was, I still kept in contact with some of the guys from high school and, other friends of mine that I met throughout my travels and stuff that weren't in the military. And here over the last year, 2 years, I've been getting a lot of questions about what basic training was like, because you had that documentary that came out on Netflix, I think it was. And people were like, man, was it really like that? Yes and no. So I talked to Aaron. I was like, instead of me just going on and talking every episode I do, instead of doing just a little piece at the end talking about it, I want to have guests talk about it. I want to get active duty drill sergeants. I want to get guys that experienced it as a private. I'll give my own accounts, stuff like that. So we're calling it Back to Basic.
That's cool.
So you went at Leonardwood.
Yeah.
What was it like? Tell me your experience. Tell me any crazy stories you have. If you saw other privates from other companies or your company, whatever, doing dumb shit, let's talk about it. Because everybody has their own stories. And I'll tell you something. I just had an active duty drill sergeant from Leonardwood on the other day. He's a military police drill sergeant. I did not know how smart privates are getting with the things that they're doing now.
Oh, absolutely.
He told me some stuff, and I was just, my chin was on the floor. I was like, "There's no way." He goes, "Yeah, privates nowadays, man, they're braver and they're just a lot smarter." He's like, when I went through, he went through basic 3 times because he reclassed multiple times in his career, so he went 3 times. I was like, "You didn't learn after the first?" He goes, "No." He goes, "I'm a slow learner." I said, "I see that."
Yeah.
So talk about your experience from going from the civilian life to the military life. And I want to hear any crazy story you have. I want to hear it. I want to put it out there now because everybody's experience is different.
Yeah.
So,
So obviously 2001 has been a minute ago.
yep.
Things were definitely different back then. Uh, and what you need to do is bring in some Vietnam style guys and talk about their basic training because, that's back when whooping ass was okay.
Yes.
Uh,
Yes.
for me, I grew up wrestling, hunting, football, baseball. I was athletic.
Yep.
To me, basic training was an absolute breeze. I loved it. I minded my own business. I did what I was told when I was told. Yeah, if you talk to a bunch of people who know me, I'm a very much of a smartass. And so that's about the only times where I got myself into trouble. And I would definitely push the limits with drill sergeants and stuff. Um, I wasn't the distinguished honor grad because I suck at taking tests and stuff, but I was definitely a runner up. Um, I was so in basic training, I think we had 4 platoons. This was the Delta Dogs 787 back in 2001.
Yep.
I can still tell you who some of my drill sergeants were. One of my drill sergeants was actually killed in action. Um,
Man.
but we were broken down into 4 platoons. Um, you try to rotate everybody into being your platoon guide, which is like your platoon sergeant, to kind of march you to and from events. And about halfway through my 16 weeks of basic and AIT, it was OSIT, one station unit training. So we did everything back to back.
Yep.
I got selected to be the platoon guide, and I was a platoon guide for almost half the year, just because I was good at what I did, athletic, always ran alpha group. I was always fast. I mean, I was only 130 pounds.
Yep.
So, minding my P's and Q's, and I'd like to be a little show off every once in a while. So, one of the funniest things I remember is the gas chamber.
Yep.
Absolutely fucking sucks. Gas chamber sucks regardless. But we had an afternoon gas chamber. And so the chow truck comes and we all got our little chows. We're sitting down. The drill sergeants are specifically saying, do not drink the milk. If you drink milk, you will throw up in the gas chamber. And so I had a whole bunch of friends staring at me, and I was like, what? They're like, bet you won't drink all the milk. And so I downed probably like 6 or 7 little pints of milk.
Oh.
And I mean, within 10 seconds of being in the gas chamber, man, I got corn and milk spewing out everywhere. And drill sergeants were telling us, get out, get out, get out. And they're like, God damn it, Private Unruh, get in here and clean this thing. And so I had to go in there and sweep out and mop out the gas chamber, but they let me have my mask on. It was pretty funny. And then I think that kind of set the tone. My drill sergeant's like, this dude's stupid. He's crazy. And so, man, I'd overhear drill sergeant conversations, and I remember our senior drill sergeant coming out one morning and telling my drill sergeant from my platoon, hey brother, I appreciate you, happy birthday and whatnot. And so I snapped to attention, called my platoon to attention. We sang my drill sergeant happy birthday, and he smoked the shit out of us. But from that point on, my platoon we were pretty cool. The drill sergeants come out and they'd kind of bullshit with us. We kind of earned the respect. But for me, to somebody who's getting into it, man, it's all about how you're grown up, man. If you have respect, if you do what you're told, if you're in shape, it's going to be a breeze. It's going to
Yep.
be easy. It's the people that want to fight. It's the people who are out of shape, the people who can't live, can't learn, can't listen, had
Yep.
issues. I think I got smoked like 3 or 4 times in basic training because of something that I challenged the drills aren't on purpose.
Yep.
Other than that, man, just keep your head clean and life's easy. It's not hard at all. This was 2001. Things have changed. It's a lot easier nowadays because they can't do a lot of things to you.
Nope.
You hear about the old shark attack stuff right when you get off the bus. They're in your face screaming, spitting, and yelling at you. And I mean, I seen grown dudes just bawl,
Yep.
and I thought it was funny. And that's humor is what drove me to be successful, they'd be in my face screaming and yelling, "I'm yes, drill sergeant, no drill sergeant, yes, drill sergeant." They're like, and they'd move on to the next one because I was with it.
Yep.
It's those who broke down crying and stuff. Oh yeah, it's game on now. Um, like sharks can smell all the blood in the water, one drop of blood or whatever it is. It's the same thing with tears in the military. You know what I'm saying? Once
Yep.
one tear falls, man, oh, here come all the drill sergeants. It's game on. So, and obviously, me spending 20 years in the military, I know a lot of drill sergeants, got a lot of buddies, a lot of hunting friends of mine are drill sergeants, and the stories they tell nowadays is just, I'm like, man, you guys can do that? These guys get cell phones? I said, my parents had to send me phone cards. We had to go, I have to get in line in the phone banks and, dial phones and stuff. But yeah,
Yep.
And if you come to Fort Leonard Wood, walk around the PX, man, if it's a Thursday, Friday, family days, or just a weekend, and you got soldiers sitting there leaning up against the wall, sitting there with their phones plugged in, talking on the phone, I'm like, man, times have changed.
Yep.
Yeah, but I didn't find anything hard, man. I loved it. I was athletic, like I said. That's kind of what saved me, and so I enjoyed my time here.
Number one, I want you to get me in contact with your buddies that were drill sergeants, because I want to get them on to talk about it too. Because, like I said, it's always a different view from the private side to the drill sergeant side.
Yeah.
So I love hearing their stories, because I mean they have multiple cycles under their belt before they get out and go on to the next chapter in their career. And it's like every cycle's different. That's what the drill sergeant the other day was telling me. He's like, every cycle's different, every single one. And he said the same thing. If you just put your head down, do what you're told, you're good. But it's the ones that want to buck the system and fight back. Those are the ones that have the hardest time every time.
Yeah, no, I got a buddy you definitely need to talk to. He grew up, his whole career was in K9.
Yep.
I don't know if you know Rick Brinson.
Sounds familiar, actually.
Yeah, he was a senior drill sergeant, a first sergeant, and man, he's got some stories. I won't give away his story, but he pretty much saw his guidon running across the field getting taken by another company, and it was the privates on this company realized it. The privates over here knew what they were doing, and it was a quad brawl.
Wow.
He's like, I don't know how anybody didn't get stabbed with a guidon. It was a straight fist fight. So I mean, he's got a cool story to tell about that, and he's got tons of stories about K9 stuff too, and his tenure in the military. I think he did like 24 years or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah. A lot of that.
Yeah. If you can get me in contact with him, man, that'd be awesome. I'd love to have him come on and talk about that too.
Yeah.
I love getting the drill sergeant side of it too, because they see so much more than we do as privates, because your time is limited. Theirs, if they do it for 3 or 4 years, they're going to have a ton of cycles under their belt, because that's all they do. They flip cycles. So as this cycle's over, we got a week or two off, we're right on to the next. So I love hearing their stories. And it's like, man, it takes me back to my days in basic, but it's like, man, as a private, I never thought of that. I never thought to do that. I was too scared. I was afraid they'd kill me if I did.
Yep. 100%. Nowadays, no, not like that. So the guy, you can't see, but the guy who does all my Euro mounts and stuff around me, he's an active duty drill sergeant. He's an MP. And anytime I shoot a deer that I don't want to shoulder mount or whatever, I take it to him. He does all my Euros. So
is it Rig?
It is Matt. Yeah.
Yep. I just had him on.
Okay. I was going to ask you who it was. Yeah. I like Matt. Matt's a good dude. So
yep. He, man, that dude, I told him, I said, man, if you weren't a drill sergeant, dude, we could host a podcast together, because he's got some awesome stories. Oh my God, man.
He's a Texas boy too. He's a Texas boy. So
yeah. And he was like, man, if you want to go to Texas, go hunt, he's like, let me know. He's like, I'm leaving here. I think he said in October. He's like, I'm done. He's like, I'm heading back to Texas. I said, yeah, man, I'll definitely look you up. I said, man, you were talking to you through a computer. I can only imagine how you are in person. So I was like, yeah, dude, I will definitely, I'll give you a shout. I'll definitely come down. Yeah, oh man, that dude is funny.
Yep.
He is funny. He had some good stories. I was like, wow, man. Like when I went through, we had guys doing dumb shit, but it wasn't, I don't know. I don't, I guess a lot of it is the times. We didn't have cell phones then. I went through in 96. We didn't have cell phones. And I went through at Fort McClellan, Alabama. So, the craziest stories we have is like we had 4 guys sneak out one night and go to Burger King. Uh, we had a guy and girl get caught in a dumpster.
Oh wow. In a
Yeah,
dumpster of all places.
yeah, that's what I said. I was like, "Who goes to a dumpster?" But okay.
You got to get
Uh,
it. Get it.
yeah, I guess I've never been that bad, but I guess. And then like once you graduate basic and you get out into the real army as they call it.
Yeah.
I seen some stories about some of my drill sergeants and stuff. Like I had one drill sergeant died from brain cancer, and I mean
Right.
he was one of the good ones in my eyes because
Yeah.
I think all cycles have it. I think all classes have it, but like our drill sergeants towards the end of our cycle, they would talk to us like humans.
Yeah.
Like they would come out, we would be between training cycles and stuff, just kind of sitting around for a little bit, and they would pull us all in to a little formation over here in the shades. I went through in the middle of summer in Alabama, so it was horrible. But they'd be like, "Listen, privates, what you're dealing with right now is not the real army. The real army is a lot different than this." And they kind of got us prepared for what we're getting ready to go into. And it was really cool seeing that human side of them. So I'm I'm glad I got to experience it, but
I thought I had some more. Oh, down there, there's a bunch of euros that Matt has done.
oh yeah,
They're on the wall. So
yeah,
he does a lot of my euros. So
he does good work too.
he does. He cleans them up nice. So,
Yeah, he does. He does really good work.
and I also have a veteran owned or disabled veteran owned small business outdoor store that I'm hoping here in the next year or so I'll have a full brick and mortar. But um, yeah, I have access to everything: hunting and fishing, thermals. Coffee's a big deal. I sell a lot of coffee every year,
Yeah.
and we have an
So
event
where do
coming
people find all this at?
up. Ridge to River Outdoors.com. We have an event
Got it. Awesome.
28 March. We have it's called Vibe. It's Veterans in Business Expo at the Lake of the Ozarks here in Missouri. He's got tons of just veteran-owned businesses coming together for a huge expo, open to the public, and it's just kind of a way for veterans to show what they do for business and stuff like that. So this
Okay.
is kind of when I retired. I started my outdoor store. Do real well. E-bikes right now. Thermal season's huge, so I sell a lot of thermals. And then I have another business that I own. It's a governmental contracting consultation company that keeps me pretty busy. Drone technologies, Golden Dome projects, and stuff like that too. So
Oh
they
wow.
always said, once you retire, stay busy or you'll die, and that's the truth, man. A lot of these guys retire and just don't do anything, and then they just deteriorate. They just fade away and pass
Yep.
away at an early age. So I
Yep.
try to stay busy, and it's going well. You
Heck
can
yeah.
see
I
an
mean,
alligator up here too. There's an alligator right over
oh
there.
yeah, I see it right there.
Yeah. We went down to Florida with our team. Florida did a bow fishing tournament. Went out and caught some alligators and did some cool stuff. So
That's
yeah,
pretty
especially
cool.
for the fallen outdoors, man. If there's a specific state you want to go to or a specific animal you want to chase, reach out to the fallen outdoors and let us help you achieve those goals and dreams. And meanwhile, you're one step away from your new best friend. So
Oh yeah, I've been guiding a lot of vets to your guys' websites and stuff. So
yeah,
I told him I was like, that's the best place to go, man, because you're going to be hunting and being around vets. That's the perfect thing for you guys. So I've
yeah.
guided quite a few guys over there.
And I
So
just started selling these new bag systems. You see these new bags?
yeah, where'd you get those at?
Oh man, I can't remember the company now. Uh, Aaron set me up, and I think I was one of the first dealers that signed up for him. And yeah, it's pretty cool. We like those. I do a lot of saddle hunting, so we'll sling a lot of the bags, and it's pretty cool.
Man, I can't saddle hunt. I tried it. Kills my back. Kills my lower back. I've tried multiple setups and I just cannot. I can't do it. Can't
To
do
me,
it.
it's the most comfortable for me. And I mean, it's really depends on what kind of saddle you're running. I mean, I sleep in my saddle.
Hmm.
I'm in my saddle from 5 o'clock in the morning till 7 o'clock at night. It's comfortable, but it's all about finding the right position. I mean, an inch can be a lot.
Yeah,
So it's just finding that right position and the right saddle for you.
man. If I come to Missouri this year, if I can get out there to hunt, I may get with you and just see what you've got and have you
Yeah.
kind of guide me through it, because I've tried 3 different setups and I just could not. I mean, I've got degenerative disc in my back.
Yeah.
So I've had four neck surgeries right now, and it's just slowly going down my back. And my lower back now has been giving me a lot of issues. I had 2 years ago, I had the nerves burnt in my lower back,
Oh wow, yeah.
and it helped for a year. I mean, a year I had no back pain whatsoever, and it's starting up again. I was like, man, I think I'm gonna have to go in and have it done again. So,
Yeah.
but I can't find a good setup. And it's like, I use my climber as much as I can, but I've found some places I want to hunt that are miles back in there. I don't want to carry all that gear. I just don't. It's too much.
Well, that's the cool thing about a saddle is it's literally any tree you can get into.
Yeah. Yeah. You
You
don't
know,
have to find the perfect tree.
yeah, a climber,
Any
you're out
one.
there measuring trees. Okay,
Yeah,
I get it.
exactly.
With a saddle, man, you just pick the area you want to hunt and pick a tree and go. I love it. It's amazing. So
Yeah, I want to do it. I mean, I've got buddies of mine now that are getting rid of their climbers and going to saddles. And it's like, man, I feel like crap because I just can't find the right one. So,
yeah.
one of the guys I hunt with, he just got a new one last year. He never got to use it, so we're going to take it out this year because I've got 30 acres here in Indiana I own, and I hunted a little bit. I mean, I killed a deer here 2 years ago, went in the books, but that's the biggest. Well, not the big. It was the widest deer I've ever seen on this place.
Yeah.
But we're going to try it here this year before season comes in, because I do 3 or 4 food plots on this place, and I'm actually going to build a new small pond down here too. And we're going to try the saddle out. I'm going to try to set in it for a little bit and see. But everyone I've used so far, everybody's like, "Oh man, they make this one that there's a pad across the back." I tried that too. And
Yeah.
I just
So
can't.
if you have a lot of back issues, look into the JX3 hybrid.
Oh, let me write that down. Is that
Yeah. It's a little bit heavier than most saddles, but it's pretty much like it's almost like a sex swing. I mean, it's like a chair saddle. So the JX3 hybrid, I ran it for a couple years, and then I really went, micro saddling with minimal gear and stuff like that. But the JX3 is real nice. It's got a hard back, a hard seat to it, and I think you might like that one too. And it's a little bit more mobile than a climber. So
okay, yeah. I mean, if I can cut weight, I mean, right now my climber's 26 pounds, and then I've got my pack on. My pack's probably another 20 pounds because I've got all this gear that I'll probably need that out there, and I get there and don't use half of it. But it's like, you never know.
Well, that's what they taught you in the military, better to have than not need and need and not have. So
exactly. So it's like I plan on like I'm going out for a month, but I'm only going out for a day.
Yeah.
But it's like, man, carrying all that weight, dude, it kills my back. I'm like, okay, I got to figure something out. So I hate lock-ons. Don't like them. Hate lock-on stands.
Yeah.
I've got a few ladder stands I use, but I want to be minimalistic. I want to have the less amount of stuff out there I can get, the better.
That's what a saddle does, man. I put my saddle on over my gear and throw my backpack on with my sticks on it. When I'm walking into the woods, I'm at like 12 pounds walking in. That's easy. Geez. And you pick a tree, throw all your steps up, put up your platform, man, you're hunting quick. So it's all about practice.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to. I'll check them out because I wrote it down. I'm gonna check that out. The rest of the day, I'm not doing a whole lot, so I'm gonna get online and look at it and see. And I may order one and give it a try. If I do, then I'll come on and buy a knee bag. Yeah,
there you go. Latitude and Tethered are the two companies that I specifically sell for saddles. So if you don't go with the JX3, just hit me up, and obviously we'll get you something going. We
Latitude and Tethered.
Yeah, let's coordinate letter too, and maybe do some sponsorships for your podcast or something like that. Throw a promo code out to your listeners and stuff like that through the outdoor store or something. So
yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, I appreciate it. Appreciate it. Well, man, thanks for coming on. I really appreciate it. I mean, I've had a blast today.
Yeah, for sure.
I've had a blast. I could talk to you all day.
Yeah. My wife wouldn't like that. It's supposed to be like 75 degrees a day. My oldest daughter, she's having a sleepover with her friends. She's like, what do you want to do with the other one? So I was like, it's 75 degrees out. We're either going down to the river, we're going to go for a walk, go have a picnic or something. So get out of the house on a day like this. Got to do it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Yeah, go enjoy your time with the family. hit me up if you need anything from me. Hit me up. Let me know. I'm going to put a link on the Hunting the Frontlines Facebook page for the Fallen Outdoors. I'll put a link on there for all that stuff. Get it up. I want people to be able to see it. I'm even going to put it on my personal page and get that stuff up too. So I'll tag you in both those when I get them up and get them going.
Sounds good, brother.
So,
yeah, just check out my personal page too. There's all the Fallen Outdoors information you can find right there. And if people need to reach out to me, my email address is very easy. Just mike.unruh, UNRUH, at thefallenoutdoors.org. Too easy.
I'll post that at the end too. I'll have it on there because I know on Spotify we've got video, and I know we just went with another company with this too. So I think some of them, I think we get video too.
Sure.
So I'll have all that stuff in there. I'll make sure he gets it all edited and gets that in there for sure.
Yeah, and Aaron's got all my information too. So
yeah, oh yeah. Well, as long as he can remember it. I mean, those Air Force guys, their memory sucks. So
man, and he's got red hair, right? So he's got no soul.
That's what I told him. So that was the big thing when me and him first started talking and hanging out. I was like, dude, I can't have you around my kids. He's like, why? I said, you're a redhead. You'll steal their soul.
Yeah.
Can't do it.
No, he's good, dude. And Light the Fire Outdoors bags for their knee bags they're awesome. So.
Oh yeah,
it's cool.
I wore my hat for a little bit too.
There you go. Yeah.
So, yeah, he brought me in, man, under his umbrella for his podcast. I was like, yeah, dude, I told him, I said, send me a hat and stuff. I'll even buy one. I don't care. He's like, no, I got you. So I wear that on my podcast. But man, after being in the military, all those years wearing a hat, I just can't wear mine as long anymore. Kills my head.
Hats. I mean, the only reason I wear hats is to hold back my hair. I shaved my face every day for 20 years. And this is only like half my beard. I lose half of it during wrestling season. I'm a youth wrestling coach. My youngest daughter wrestles. And so I get my hair pulled out. But yeah, I decided that I wasn't going to shave my hair for 20 years since I had to shave it for 20 years. So everybody says I look like a Viking because I put my hair in a bun and a ponytail for wrestling practice. And
yeah, I started growing this out when I retired, and then I lost a bet and had to shave it. So now I'm growing it back. I was like, dang.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not betting my beard anymore.
Yeah, I took a huge cut to it. So I had never really had mustaches or beards, and I had my beard growing for 2 years, 3 years maybe. And I went to get a trim, and I mean, they went and cut it off right here. And I was like physically shaking and sweating. And I was like, wow, I didn't know it meant that much to me, but.
So, yeah.
Now they go in there. He's like, you just want to touch up. I was like, yes, keep the length, trim the sides.
Yep. I always have them take just a little bit off the bottom, just so it'll grow a little better. I always take the sides down as far as I can get them to, close to skin, so it has time to grow out. Because I don't know when I'm going to make it back up there. And by the time I do, it's normally bushy. It's sticking out to here. So it's like, yeah, I got to get this cut off.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'll never bet my beard again on any bets. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Bad idea.
Another cool thing you can look up too is if you follow Instagram, look up Grizzly nicotine pouches.
Yeah.
So since we partner with them, they do a lot of, they come out to 4 of our trips a year that they help sponsor, and they videotape everything, do interviews, and they post up some amazing videos of the organization on their socials. Or you can go to mygrizzly.com, look at the Grizzly Outdoor Core. We have our own drop-down menu with some awesome inspirational videos that they've created over the years from us and stuff. So I saw Grizzly just post on their Instagram the other day, and I think I shared it on my page too, the Daytona 500 video. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah. You sent me pictures, so that's going to be one of the pictures I put up for your episode. I'm going to put the car up there with the Fallen Outdoors logo. That was cool.
Yeah.
I like that, because I mean, all NASCARs have logos and stuff on them. That's their sponsorships, but to have something that means that much, dude, that was awesome. When you sent me that, I was like, that's awesome. You don't see that, so that's good.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So that's gonna be one of the photos, and I'm gonna get on your page and steal one of your hunting pictures and put it up there too. So yeah, the Fallen Outdoors is gonna be a big part of that though. So I got to figure out how I want to put it out there. Is I always try to put out like a week before the episode comes out, I put something up there, and then I put something again. What I may do is take a screenshot of your background as we were doing the podcast, and that'll be like the week before it comes out. Here's this episode's going to drop in a week. Everybody tune in and check it out. And then like a day or two before, I always do another one. So I'll figure out something else, but Fallen Outdoors will be involved in that pretty heavy.
It's awesome, man. We greatly appreciate it. And that's a win for you. Count that one as a win. You know, that's going to help a lot of people. So.
Oh yeah. And that's all I want, man. I mean, if I can, like we talked about a minute ago, if I can drive one veteran to check it out and get involved, that's all I care about. It's a win situation right there. So
for sure.
But yeah, man, thank you so much for coming on. I appreciate it. It was awesome. I got my homework to do now, though. I got a lot of stuff to do now because I really, I've got that fire burning.
Missouri, give me a holler next time you're here, dude.
I will. Like I said, I'm going to put in for the draw in Kansas, and that's Missouri's my backup plan. If I don't get drawn, then I'm coming to Missouri. So my plan was to come out like the last probably 2 days of bow season, bow hunt, and then hunt because I hunt Illinois myself. I've got a buddy that's got a farm in Johnson County. We always go over there and hunt. We always put in for gun season. Mm-hmm. And I always try to go to Missouri and hunt 3 or 4 days before I go to Illinois. So I'll just make it like an 8 or 9 day trip.
Yeah.
So
let me know ahead of time. Just down the street from me, we got 2 big Airbnbs.
Okay.
And so that way we can have some cookouts and hang out together and smoke some cigars.
Oh yeah, that'd be awesome, man. Yeah.
Man.
All right, yeah. I'll let you know as soon as the results come out for Kansas. If I don't get drawn, I'll let you know. I'll shoot you a message. I'll be out. I'll have another veteran buddy of mine with me. Me and travel and hunt all over the place, so we'll come out.
Sounds good, dude.
All right, man. You have a great day. Spend some time with the family, and I'll talk to you later.
Sounds good, Justin. Appreciate you, buddy.
Hey, you too, man. Bye.
All right, bye.